majority of his battle against Manchester City over £11.5 million in unpaid wages following his rape charge. The 30-year-old took the Premier League winners to an employment tribunal when his £500,000 a month salary was halted in 2021. Mendy stood trial twice on a string of rape and attempted rape charges, but was cleared last year. The star, who now plays for French League Two club Lorient, claimed for unauthorised deductions from his wages. Mendy has today won the fight for the majority of his unpaid wages while he was facing rape charges. Employment judge Joanne Dunlop ruled Mendy is entitled to recover some, but not all, of the sums claimed. She also found that while Mendy was not in custody, he was ready and willing to work and was prevented from doing so by reasons that were unavoidable and involuntary on his part. The footballer will now be entitled to receive the majority of his unpaid salary, but not all of it. The exact amount will have to be calculated by Mendy and the club, or determined at a future hearing if they can't reach an agreement. City spent a reported £49.2 million signing Mendy from French side Monaco in 2017 on a 6-year contract. The tribunal heard the club continue to pay Mendy following his first arrest in November 2020. He left the club when his contract expired in June last year, after not playing for the club since his second arrest in 2021. Last year, Mendy was found not guilty of one charge of rape and one charge of attempted rape following a retrial. He had previously been cleared of 6 counts of rape.
Hello, my people. As you see in that video clip, how this Benjamin Mendy was treated by his former club, Mancity. So today we are talking about why most players, football players these days, doesn't have loyalties to their current or former football club. It's this kind of treatment that we see often, that how their clubs treat them when they have problems. This guy Benjamin Mendy was having a problem. Was having an allegation, and he was in jail. They stopped paying him his salary. You know what I mean? And this brother later, won his case, and he was declared, innocent by this allegation. And by then, you know how the football clubs, once you have an allegation, not even a conviction, that's it for the clubs. They will not feature you anymore. You are not good for the brand. You are now bad for their name. You know what I mean? But and by the end of the day, we see that these days, the footballers or soccer players doesn't have loyalties to their clubs anymore. It's not like because of this kind of way they treat people when they have problems. If you truly care about somebody, you should be able to support the person when the person is going through a difficult time. This I've exposed them. This guy, you signed this guy, and welcome him as one of your players, and this guy starts having a difficult time. And what he did is to switch off his financial means. He want the guy to die of stress. And you see the amount of money these people are owing him, like £11 million. That's a lot of money. At least even if today, if this guy gets half of this money, this guy will be grateful. You know what I mean? Because he was thinking that this money is gone. Because big clubs, they have money to fight you in the court. This is what they did to the guy. They went to the court for the guy, and they brought their money and paid for good lawyers to represent the guy. They are rich, to represent the club, so that they think they're gonna win. But luckily for this Mendy, he got a partial win, which is for him now that he's down. It's gonna be like it's gonna be good news for him, big good news. You know what I mean? But the problem is that he has already paid a lot of money in court fees, in lawyers. He has paid a lot of money to the lawyers. That even when this case, even when they pay him this money amount they're owing him, is gonna give a lot out to these lawyers. Had it been these people didn't give him this stress and pay him as they should do, he wouldn't have gone through this kind of stress. You know what I mean? And tomorrow the clubs will be wondering why is it that their former players are not they care about them. Why should they care about you? You know, because you see that these clubs they don't care about their players, even their former players, which they should. And this is a bad image for that club, Man City. You know what I mean? Because other people, they're gonna in future they're gonna sign players. And when they look at how we deal with their former players, they're gonna say, "Look, this club is not good. If I'm there just for money, I know that when I have problem, they will, they will leave me alone. They will not help me." That's what they did to the guy. And luckily, the guy, now he's gonna get some money, which even rival this is his money because it's part of his contract. But it is what it is, in this game of soccer, and the clubs, nobody should. But you see some people that are diehard of fans of these clubs, and most of them doesn't have a say in how the club runs. So what they're interested is if they can win them trophies. But trophies are not everything because this is this bad treatment. And because we wouldn't have known this if this have not gone to the court and this guy won. So that's why we see that modern players these days doesn't have any loyalties to this their clubs or former clubs. And you see even the same thing in Man United. You see Mason Greenwood, how they treated him when he had a problem. They have a court case, and they treat him bad now. They even loan him, and now I think they're gonna sell him because for them it's not good for the image anymore. The same thing we see in not only in Premiership, we see it even in Italy as well. How they treated Osmani, that is now playing in a Turkish club. He shouldn't be in Turkish club, but this is how they treat him. Somebody that have helped this club, his former club, a lot. I think it's time for these clubs, to stop living in bubbles or in echo chambers and start treating their players or even their former players well, so that it's a good publicity for them to do that, because their former players will help to publicize advertise the club, but they don't understand this. Thank you for watching. Peace.